I hope you're doing well today. This video will be relatively short, as the abstract itself is a very short but important piece of an APA style paper. Before we get into the specifics for this abstract, though, I want to explain briefly what an abstract is and why they're written. There are three basic ways to write an abstract, each with its own reason. The first is a general summary of a paper that's already written with a few of the key points to that essay mentioned. This style does not give away the conclusion of the essay, but it does provide a quick way for researchers and other readers to know what the larger topic of the work is. This way, someone wouldn't need to read the entire paper to figure out if it would help them with their own research. This is what makes reading abstracts more efficient than skimming longer papers. The second method of writing an abstract informs researchers and readers of a specific method that was used in the writing of that paper. This is very useful when the work is scientific, mathematical, or otherwise highly technical in nature, as the different ways such a paper could be focused might help one researcher but not another. Again, the conclusion of the work is not given in that abstract. The third way an abstract might be written is to propose a topic for future study. This is often used by writers when they want to submit a paper for either a conference or some type of publication. This style of abstract is written before the longer paper, as there's no reason to write the actual paper if the abstract's idea is rejected. Again, the conclusion, or what the writer thinks will be the conclusion, is not part of this abstract. No matter which abstract style you're writing, though, you'll notice I repeatedly said that the paper's conclusion is not something that's brought up. This may be, in the case of the third kind, because the paper itself has not been written yet. But it's also because no one gives away all their secrets or shows their entire hand in cards up front. Imagine a movie trailer for a moment. No matter what preview you see for whichever movie, when the trailer's over, you have a basic idea of what's going to happen in that film, but you don't know how the movie will end, right? The same is true with a well written abstract. Readers should not know what the conclusion is. You want people interested enough to read the full work, and almost no one is going to read the entire thing if they've already got the ending right there in front of them and have figured out what happens. Okay, so now that you know what an abstract is and why they exist, let's talk for a moment about how they look. Most APA style papers, especially ones that are longer than 3 or so pages, have an abstract right after the title page. That's what y'all need to do here. This process piece is being submitted now, but it will also reappear in both the rough draft and final draft of this essay. Failures to submit it as part of the final draft will mean a lower score on that assignment. Now, like I said earlier in this video, the abstract is really short. This is a 1 paragraph document. It's typically 10% of the final document's length, or 100 to 200 words, whichever is shorter. But that tiny length means that every single word counts. So here's a few tips to make that abstract short, sweet, and to the point. Do not include your sources here. Leave those for your longer essay. Focus on your chosen topic. Give a tiny bit of description. Have active verbs. Soldiers fought instead of the battle was fought. Do not give away what your overall conclusion might be. By the way, it is alright if you end up switching topics completely. Just let me know and then have the updated abstract with the proper draft. I recognize it happens on occasion, and this is not an issue. It's part of the writing process. Sometimes what you think is going to work just doesn't work. I've posted several examples of the abstracts in Canvas. both as part of larger APA papers and on their own, so please look at those. We'll also be talking about them during class some. The due date for the abstract is on both the abstract directions sheet and the larger project instruction sheet. I've also put up a small list of questions you can go over to ensure you're doing the abstract properly. I know this is a new style of writing for some, if not most of y'all. Please, let me know if you have any questions about this assignment or the larger project. I want y'all to do well on the abstract, on the paper itself, and overall in the class. I hope you have a great day and happy research.